Good morning, Aisha. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Come on in, MSC.
Thank you. Thanks for letting us come in and ask you a few questions today.
Totally, no problem.
So, let's get started. Aisha, what's your typical morning like?
I wake up at around 6. I do Tai Chi, I meditate, I journal, and then I start making art.
Start making art.
Yep.
So would you say you're a morning bird or a night owl?
Absolutely morning.
A morning bird.
Yep.
Nice. Well, what's your first memory of feeling like an artist?
When I was about 10 years old, I made a life-size replica of an airplane cockpit for my brother who wanted to be a pilot.
That's awesome. So did you grow up in a big family or a smaller family?
My family is pretty small. Yeah,
Pretty
just
small.
my mom, dad, my brother, and sister.
Good. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Trinidad, in the Caribbean.
Nice. Good. Can we check out your studio?
Yeah.
Can we follow you in?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, this is awesome.
Thank you.
What is one item in your studio that you can't live without?
Probably X-Acto knives.
X-Acto knife. Good. And you do a lot of digital work. So are you an Apple or a Samsung person?
Apple all the way.
Apple all the way. Well, tell us, what is Intelligent Mischief's mission?
Our mission, we're a creative studio unleashing Black imagination to shape the future. Our purpose is to boost invention and imagination and realign action logic to create atmospheres of change, and we create spaces where Black folks can imagine beautiful futures.
That's beautiful. So how do you unleash your Black imagination?
Reading, making art, daydreaming, resting, wandering.
Rest is important.
Totally.
So what's the last book you read?
The last book I read was Undrowned by Alexis Pauline Gumbs.
Good. Was it an ebook or a real book?
Real book.
Real book. You prefer real books?
Absolutely.
So, why don't you tell me a little bit about your time in Boston? Can you recommend Boston food?
Well, I spent 19 years in Boston from the time of college, starting in college, and Boston food, definitely chowder. Yeah.
Good. Are you a Comic-Con fan?
Not really, but my partner is.
Your partner is. Okay, so let's see. Hamburgers or hot dogs? Let's get into some food here.
Burgers.
Burgers all the way. Okay, and we'll do a couple quick fire questions here. What about Brooklyn or Oakland? Because you're in Brooklyn now.
Definitely Brooklyn.
Definitely Brooklyn. What was the last gift you received?
I received a tile printing set from my sister.
Tile printing set.
Yep.
And who's the best dressed person you know?
Me.
That's a great answer. I do love that dress.
Thank you.
Who is your fashion icon?
Fashion icon. I don't really have one.
You don't have one.
Yeah, I don't really have one.
Good. Growing up, what kind of music would you listen to?
Dance hall.
Dance hall. Have you ever been starstruck?
No.
No. So who's your dream collab?
Nike.
Nike. And what advice would you give to your 16-year-old self?
Listen to your mom.
Listen to your mom. What's the best advice your mom's given you?
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
I like that. And what's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas. And if you could have dinner with any movement leader, who would it be?
Grace Lee Boggs.
Grace Lee Boggs. May she rest in power. So what is your favorite place to commune in nature? Where's your
Beach.
favorite place to commune in nature?
Definitely the
The
beach.
beach. Beach over mountains?
100%.
100%. Salt water is healing.
Yep.
Science fiction or fantasy?
Ooh, fantasy, I think.
Fantasy. Quick, what are your top 6 design principles?
Ooh, that's tough. Decluttering, third culture perspective, love amplified, design from the margins, and I can't remember the other 2.
Well, let's talk about design from the margins. What does that mean?
It means that the people involved in designing solutions should be the people who have been marginalized by the current systems that require that design.
I love that. So if you had the power to create a law with a magic wand, what would that be?
A law?
A law.
Tax the billionaires.
Love. If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what do you think you would be doing?
I would be a chef.
A chef. What's your favorite pasta shape?
Elbows.
Elbows. And what's your favorite Octavia Butler quote?
Honestly, so be it, see to it.
So be it, see to it. And are you a Golden Girls fan?
Yes.
Who do you think you are?
Dorothy.
You're Dorothy. Can you change a tire?
Yes.
You can. What's your dream vacation?
Tobago. The beach.
Anywhere the beach is.
Yep.
Activism is tough, so how do you recharge?
Take lots of time to rest, center myself, my feelings, how I'm feeling in my body and my emotions. Making sure that what I'm doing is right for me as much as it is about changing someone else's reality.
That's awesome. Can you name some of the creative brands, organizations, networks, and communities that you've collaborated with?
We collaborated with Movement for Black Lives, Third Horizon Film Festival, doing something with Center for Third World Organizing right now.
Awesome. Speaking of communities, what communities do you think you belong to?
Community of artist activists, Black community, the community of Bed-Stuy, Caribbean community, immigrant communities.
So why must we fight for our freedom to dream?
If we can't dream it, we can't make it real.
That's it. What has dreaming opened space for?
Dreaming gives us space for imagination, for creating new possibilities. For me, dreaming helped me decide to be an artist.
What does putting love at the center mean to you?
I think it means like making sure that love is driving the decisions, our solutions, who's in the room, and so on.
And how did you find Movement Strategy Center?
Wow, it's a long story. I actually found Movement Strategy Center and I was working at Close to Home Domestic Violence Prevention Initiative, and I was a program director there, and my executive director was involved in a project called Move to End Violence, which was a network of activists and organizers trying to kickstart a movement to end violence against women and girls. And Movement Strategy Center was a key facilitator of that network. So I came across their materials, their website, and so on. At that time, it was like 2008.
Wow, that's a great long time.
Yeah.
So how has your art practice grown while at MSC? And part of being the Movement Strategy Network?
It's grown because it's in alignment with like a deep sense of purpose. I see it as a way of embodying the values and the future that we imagine, a future based on love, interdependence, and regeneration. So it's definitely MSC, and being involved with MSC has definitely given a philosophy for the work and also an encouragement to engage in it as a daily practice of transformation.
That's lovely. So how do you protect your mental health under a capitalistic pressure to produce content?
That's so tough to do. Honestly, like just believing like in abundance and believing that, you know, whatever for me is written already, and that I'm divinely guided, and so that even if I don't like post every day on Instagram, we're still gonna engage the people who are interested in having the conversations that we want to have.
I love that. What is your favorite pizza in New York?
Joe's
Pizza. There's like 100 Joe's Pizza restaurant. Just like any Joe's Pizza.
Exactly.
Awesome. Astrology. Do you believe in it? And what are you?
I do. I'm a Cancer Sun, Virgo Moon, and Gemini rising.
Ooh. And what's your signature fragrance? Do you have one?
Black coconut.
Black coconut?
Mm-hmm.
By who?
It's just like one of those scents you can buy from the guy selling incense on the side of the road.
Oh, nice. Good. And do you ever need to take a break from the news?
All the time. I'd rather not watch the news ever.
Yeah, it's tough. So where did you shelter in place during COVID?
Mostly here, and then in St. Croix for a month.
That's nice. Would you say you're a feminist, or is feminism a dated concept?
Definitely Black feminist.
What does Afrofuturism mean to you?
It means that there are Black folks in the future and they are thriving.
Seems like you're working real hard here, so I'll give you one more question, if that's okay.
Totally.
Why, it's going to be a big one, so why must we believe in an audacious vision? If you can leave us with that.
We need a North Star that tells us where we're going. We need something that allows us to take transformative leaps. And we need to ground in the idea of a long arc that, you know, history and our attempts to change it are not short-term actions, that we're part of a long history and hopefully a long future. And we need to orient towards the future generations that we have a responsibility for.
We do. Oh, you're leaving us so inspired, Aisha. Thank you so much. We appreciate you letting us into your studio today, watching you work, do your thing. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. It was a pleasure.